What's up, you guys? This is Spillin' Tea with Chris G, and tonight we're going over Love and Hip Hop Atlanta season finale. I'm gonna have my top five highlights, my tea of the night, and also I will be asking you guys a question. So let's go ahead and get started. So my first highlight of the night goes to Ariane meeting up with K Michelle. Now, if you can remember from the previous episodes, K Michelle had invited Ariane out with her while she was doing press and a concert for her new album. Now, K Michelle at the end of the concert unfortunately left Ariane. Now, K Michelle did go on to Twitter to say that that wasn't true. That there was another vehicle for Ariane. I don't know why she's making it such a big deal, but of course the show portrays it as K Michelle had left. But they did talk about it on this episode, and Ariane was like, I kind of felt slighted, that you left. And K Michelle explained basically, I'm a star. And she can't have her vehicle just waiting around for somebody else. So when you got to go, you got to go. Sorry, Ariane. But Ariane did ask for K Michelle to show up to her listening party or song preview. So K Michelle, that was the funniest part. She goes, "How many songs do you have?" And she goes, Ariane says, 1.5. I was like, so is it like a snippet of a preview of a song? So K Michelle said that she did have other invitations or other things on her plate, and that she was unfortunately not able to come, but she did suggest bringing Joseline, which I kind of was surprised about. But K Michelle's like, I got to know Joseline, and she does have another side to her that you guys don't see. So Ariane did agree to invite Joseline, but if your guests consist of Mimi and Rashida and the other ladies, Ariane, you setting yourself up for failure. But we're gonna go ahead and move on to my second highlight. And that goes to Bambi and Scrappy. Now, Bambi and Scrappy, they've been going up and down, and that's a little Scrappy for you, because Scrap is in prison. Let's not forget that, free Scrap. But we're talking about little Scrappy, Prince of the South, and he proposed to Bambi. Now, he did ask for Mama D's permission, and Mama D was hesitant to let the Bam into the palace, but I could tell Lil Scrappy really loves the Bam, and he did it in front of her family, in front of her mom, and he asked her mom for permission. That was so sweet. I love that part. Anyways, on to my third highlight, but congratulations to them. Rashida and Kirk had a barbecue at their brand new built home. It looks gorgeous. And Kelsey, Kirk's daughter, had decided to perform at their housewarming. And now it was a barbecue because Rashida was saying her floors were just freshly done and she didn't want anyone walking on it yet. So I got a clip for you guys of kind of what Kelsey sounds like in her songs. So just remember, you guys, you can't see her with a microscope. Remember that. Or telescope. Maybe your glasses. Still can't see her. Still can't. And Charlene, who is Rashida's mom, had invited Mama D and Ernest, Mama D's husband. Lil Scrappy was there as well. And Ernest was there first with Charlene. It looks like Mama D has showed up late, but she had a surprise from them. And she always got a bag of tricks, y'all. So you already know she be running amok in her palace and pulling out all the stops when it comes to her entrances. And Charlene and Ernest were talking, and Ernest was like, I'm not really sure what's going on in my marriage. He was just kind of talking to her, and Lil Scrappy was like, well, I kind of, this scene kind of looks weird, but Charlene was like, well, I'm just a listening ear at this point. I'm just someone to kind of lean on right now. So Mama D comes in with her grand entrance and she tells Ernest to read the will out loud. Now, she pulls out a will and a testament out of her bag and she's telling him to read it out loud to everyone. And she basically only ended up giving Ernest a freaking dollar for the whole marriage. Like, how do you do stuff like that? Like, and she encased the dollar, bruh. She encased the dollar in plastic and told him not to spend it all in one place. But I'm so sorry, you guys. That just made me laugh. I love this cast, by the way. Can I say that? I love them. But the good thing that came out of it was Mama D did apologize to Joseline about the bird's nest that she left in Rashida's store. And she also apologized for storming in on them with coffee, when her and Ernest were having coffee in previous episodes. So, yeah, we're going to go on to my fourth highlight. So for this scene here, we're going to talk about Tommy, and I'm going to go ahead and play a clip for you guys, basically of the struggles that she has went throughout her childhood and even into her adulthood. We were introduced to Tommy this season, and I really like Tommy. I think that she added a lot of spark to this episode, or to the season in general. But let me go ahead and play a clip for you guys so we can get to know Tommy more. Now, just to set this clip up, she did meet with a therapist just to kind of talk about the things that has happened in her life.
I've always been the head provider of my family. I'm a sister of 7 kids. All we had to play with was a cemetery. That's where we lived. We lived in death. We used to go over there and play football. We still made happiness out of what we had. I lived in a shelter. I've been in a group home. I was in juvenile for just running away. You know what I'm saying? I've been from juvenile to jail every single year of my life. I had my first image of my father, and I never really knew him. He did 17 years of prison my whole childhood. I just remember going to the prison after 17 years, lived free for 1 year, and he was killed.
So Tommy, basically was just talking about, her life and just kind of introducing us into who she really is. And also a factor that if you really don't know or if you haven't seen on the blogs, Tommy also has 2 children as well, which I didn't know. So, she's a mom and she's trying to make a living, and that's why she's on his show, and, she's trying to get her life back on track. And I commend her for going to see a therapist because there are a lot of us who don't. Anyways, on to my 5th highlight. So this highlight is full of Joseline. So we're just going to talk about Joseline from the beginning of the episode all the way to the end, basically. But in the middle of the episode, Joseline and Stevie did meet up. Now, Stevie explained that he felt like things were kind of shaky between him and Joseline in California, but once they got back, it seems like everything kind of just flipped upside down on both of them. Looks like they're both doing basically their own things. Joseline's booking her own stuff. She's running around with Dawn and Young Dro, and Stevie J's running around with Delicious in the commercial that he was making for, I think it was his hookah lounge. So, it's just like a whole thing was going kind of awry, but he was saying a real wife wouldn't tell his baby mama about Promise B, May, having a child. But my question to Stevie is, but you were on the radio station saying y'all wasn't married, so a real wife, now you're claiming Joseline? And which she had the same question. Now you're claiming me, but you were just on a radio station talking about how we weren't married. So, I don't know. He didn't answer that question really. But basically, they did get into an argument. He said some things. She said some things. And while he was getting onto the elevator, he was like, I'm done with this. So he got into the elevator and left. But he did mention that she's still under contract with him. So whatever she does, he's going to know about it. So that was quite interesting. Seems like he is never going to let Joseline out of this contract. I don't know, this contract might be lifetime. Later on, for the season finale end of the episode, So Joseline and Dawn did show up to Ariane's snippet party. Now, Ariane's song, like I couldn't find the clip for it, but it sound cool. Like it sound like, I'll be packing my clothes up, you know what I'm saying? It sound like something you wash your clothes to, you trying to relax, you driving home on a Sunday. You trying to kick it, you know what I'm saying? Like it sounded cool though, you know what I'm saying? Like it was real smooth, like, you know what I'm saying? But like you cleaning your refrigerator, that type of song. That's what it was. So they came to the listening party. Rashida was there, Mimi was there. Again, K Michelle didn't show up. But also Betty Idle and D Smith were there. So they were all kind of sitting together, and Joseline and Dawn were at the bar. So Ariane had said, you guys coming over. So when Dawn and Joseline sat down, it got kind of quiet. And D Smith and Betty Idle boned out. Betty Idle was like, bruh, y'all ain't throw no drink up on me. I already got my hair pulled one time. It ain't happening again. I'm out of here. And D Smith was like, girl, I'm with you on that. So they both boned out. So Dawn was like, why are you guys so quiet? And Mimi was like, well, we weren't quiet before y'all came over here. We were good and we're all good. So the whole time Joseline is yelling at Mimi, talking about some that's why I took your husband. And Mimi was like, I didn't take your husband. And Rashida on the couch the whole time between them two arguing is like she just kept dancing. She was just like what are you listening to with all this yelling, girl? So Joseline had got up, took her drink, shucked it right into Mimi's face. Then the security, they came busting out of, I don't even know where the security came from. I felt like they came out the walls for Joseline because they was like, oh, she gonna kill Mimi. And then she grabbed another drink and poured it on Mimi again. So Mimi had got up on the couch and she, they both yelling and hollering at each other. But I could tell Joseline already was in a bad mood before she even sat down over there. She had on her glasses, and when she took them bad boys off, you knew it was going to be popping. Now, she didn't do the sunglass throw like Tommy did, but she definitely wasted more water than Georgia needs. So that fight was crazy, and if you haven't been able to see it, please make sure you catch up on that episode for the season finale. And I cannot wait for the reunion. But I'm going to go ahead and spill some tea for you guys about the reunion and more about our castmates. So let's go ahead and start sipping. So let me go ahead and spill some tea down your throats real quick. So Tammy has confirmed that she has moved out of the house with Waka Flocka, and she also took her daughter Charlie. They've been having some marital issues with infidelity, as she stated early on in the previous episodes. However, they were on the Breakfast Club, and Tammy, and Waka would basically, and now the Breakfast Club, really quick, just to reiterate, it is a radio show in New York. But they were basically talking about their relationship. They are trying to work on it, and Tammy did reveal that she is not pregnant. She was just full, and she just decided to take the picture. But that's not the only person that is confirming either they're pregnant or not. Tiara Becca is pregnant. She confirmed on the season finale. And now it's coming out that she's also married to the same person that she's pregnant by. But anyways, my question to you guys of the night is, whose side are you on in this season finale? Are you Team Joseline or are you Team Mimi? I'm Team Mimi because I was just sitting there doing nothing. I thought the beef was squashed between Joseline and Mimi. I mean, I know there are some things because of the fact that Joseline did lie to Mimi about this promise be made and the kid thing, but I'm Team Mimi, man. I wasn't doing nothing. I was just chilling, relaxing, trying to get my drink on, and you sitting up there throwing water in my face and all that. So, Team Mimi over here.